What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing some more Pokemon VGC Reg Wi-Fi battles. Today we're busting out a super cool team that uses Choice Scarf, Ice Terra, Blizzard Modest Mewtwo. This is actually a really cool set. We're going to break down all this team's EVs in just a sec. But if you guys like seeing these free rental codes that aren't locked behind a Patreon paywall, please leave a comment and actually let me know if you guys want to see more rental codes. This team was actually made by one of my Patreons. I gave them a paste. They took all the time to make this a rental for everyone to use, so I didn't want to paywall that. I want to share it with you guys. I'm trying my best to give back to the people that want to support content on this YouTube channel. So if you guys like these sort of free rental codes and you want to see more creative teams like this, please think about dropping a sub. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I want to make the sort of content that you want to see. We're making daily Reg I content, team builders, tournaments, tier lists, bunch of cool stuff. Every single day there's a new Pokemon VGC video on this channel. Think about dropping the sub, and actually let's take a look at what this team does. So this is going to be a team built around Kyurem-White, right? I've been using a lot of Kyurem-White lately, and this is going to be like a Fire Terra Fusion Flare one that just dump trucks opposing Cali Eyes. We have Dragon Balls here for a decent stab. Blizzard Freeze Dry is good. This EV spread here on the speed stat is going to be able to outspeed things like Genies if we get a +1 or -1 from something like an Icy one on our Ninetales. And other than that, it's very bulky. It's mostly playing for bulk. It also makes it so Shadow Riders Astrals are a 3-shot on this thing. Very cool set. Mewtwo is able to outspeed Scarf Lando Eye, Timid Scarf Lando Eye by 1 point. So when we see Lando Eyes, we know we can always just pin our Entity and just dump truck them with an Expanding Force and don't have to be afraid of them being scarfed. And by proxy, since we outspeed things like Lando Eye, we're also going to be able to outspeed things like Scarf Chi-Yu as well. So we can just pin those with Earth Power. Very cool set. I like this a lot. The big Blizzards, Expanding Force, and Shadow Ball give us amazing coverage. We're able to pin like Koraidons over here. We're able to pin like Shadow Riders with the Shadow Ball. We're able to pin Insins with the Earth Power. Very cool set. I think Mewtwo is an underrated pick, and it's one of my favorites right now. Both these monsters are stuff I'm really a big fan of right now. The Tornadus, on the other hand, is just going to be Sash, so we can get away with this 252 set. Don't really have to get too cute about it. I think if you ever are in a situation in which you want your speed control mon to do more than one thing, like we want to be able to go for Tailwind and Snowscape, that's where you would use this Sash Torn. It's pretty obvious on this team that this is Sash, but that being said, if you're trying to win a fake out, just go for a Ghost Terra. Easy peasy. Nothing, to write home about. This very solid set. The Entity is very cool as well. This set right here is able to eat like a Dark Pulse or Pollen Puff from a timid like Sash Shadow Rider and not get pinned, so you can actually always go for that Imprisoned Trick Room if you wanted to play Imprisoned Trick Room. Solid set. I think Safety Goggles is good to respect people having like Amoonguss and the Brute Bonnets that are popping up lately, so very easy to use set. Nothing too spectacular to write home about there either. The Insin set is actually one of my favorites. You can actually use this Insin set in your own games. There's going to be a Pokepaste, like I said, in the description of this video. But very cool. I really like this Insin set. It's playing for the bump on this attack stat right here, so we get an extra point in attack. And then this set actually does a ton of damage with the knock from the Flare, but you're able to OHKO Rillas, OHKO a bunch of other stuff with these big knockoffs. We're bulky enough with most of our points in Spadef, so it's a good Spadef pivot for this team. And then we have a lot of points in speed. This is going to do two things for us. It's going to let us outspeed Genies if we have something like a Tailwind up or, base 110, 111 mons. You're able to outspeed those if we have a Tailwind up and they don't. But then also against opposing Incineroars and other base 60 speed fake out users like Grimmsnarl, we're going to be able to win that fake out speed tie. So it's actually a really cool Instant set. I like this one a lot. The only thing you might be able to optimize is maybe going into like an even number for your HP stats so you would be able to better activate your Citrus Berry. But that being said, no real big deal. I think it's a really cool set. I like this one a lot. Think about using it in your own games. And last but not least, I think Ninetales is just really good. Light Clay's decent. It's not going to be Snow Cloak. It's supposed to be Snow Warning like it actually is in game here. But very cool set. I think Icy wins additional speed control, like I said, to help enable the Kyurem and the Mewtwo. Encore is going to be really good at outvaluing setup mons like Zamazentas, potential Wide Guard users. You can just lock those into that and then pin with something else. Other setup mons you can use like Calm Mind or Swords Dance or anything like that. You can just lock those up with your Ninetales. And then like Aurora Veil's there. I'm not a big like Aurora Veil guy, but if they have a sloppy turn, Ninetales is going to be good. I don't know how many games are really going to bring the Ninetales, but like if you don't have a weather setter or like a different like a Torn or a Whims that looks like it would threaten to change weather dynamically through use of Prankster, Ninetales just kind of comes in and says like, hey, I'm going to stick around for a while. I'm actually running a pretty bulky set, so I can just set up the Aurora Veil, protect with my teammate, maybe even just lose the Ninetales and then bring out that Kyurem safely, and like we're ready to go, ready to win the game. And that's pretty much it for the little bit of a team preview. If you guys also like these like breakdowns where I go and I explain what the EVs for the mons do before we play the games, please let me know in the comments. Like, for all the people that drop the subs, I appreciate you. All the guys that leave the comments, I appreciate you. Everyone that drops the likes in the video, I appreciate you. I want to make the content that you want to see. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right onto these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Clef Shadow Rider Chi-Yu in this economy, huh? Probably gonna be sunny day on that Torn. This is a lot of AoE that I don't know if I have the tools to deal with. I don't know if I want to Trick Room this. I probably should just try and Trick Room here. Like, weed something like Incin Inity and just get up a TR and try and fold out with Kyurem. That's probably not a bad play. I think I'm going to open up, though, with Torn and Kyurem, and then try and close out with Inity Mewtwo. That might not seem like the right play on paper, but like Earth Power Mewtwo might do really good damage to Chi-Yu if they've ever taken chip from something. And yeah, Mewtwo's good in the back against Shadow Rider. It's going to be it could be Sash Flutter on this team. That might be like a Life Orb Shadow Rider. Mewtwo be able to pick up the KO there. So yeah, we're going to see what happens here. I think that Incin is also a really good mon here, but my thoughts on Incin are this, right? If something seems too good to be true, like if Incin seems too good into a matchup, it probably is. Like, they probably have something that pins you like really, really hard that you're not even thinking of, or like they have a good like Terra Blast or something that just completely walls you. Like, there's no way Incin's like this good into their team, and they just let us win with it, right? So it's probably like Clear Amulet Koraidon or something, and then like we'd be big pinned. Right? Eventually we let Incin here. Incin can't really fake out a Covert Cloak Torn, and it can't really intimidate Clear Amulet Koraidon. It'd be really, really hard to use Incin here. But against like Chi-Yu Flutter, Incin's like great, so it's just so hard to use, right? Or they probably have like Ghost Terras. So that being said, I think this is a solid lead. Their Torn probably does, it's going to be a speed tie. So if I wanted to Snowscape, that's dicey. I don't know if I want to actually do that. I think I might just go Fire Terra. You know what we're going to do? Snowscape. Fire Terra, because I don't actually want to eat the Flare Blitz either. And just Blizzard. Like, are you, like, this is the worst case scenario. I'm looking at this. Like, I think this is fine. I'm just thinking, like, worst case scenario, like, they're going to go Fire Terra too, but then, like, both our Terras are down, and then Mewtwo just pins their Shadow Rider with Shadow Ball. That's how I'm looking at it. And, like, I'm super thick, so let's see how this one works. Let's see. Let's see what you're doing over here. You're going to Tailwind me, right? And then I'm going to stagger that Tailwind, because, like, I'm going to KO your Torn this turn. That's my goal here, is to KO the Torn. Let's go. And if for some reason they get the underspeed Sunny Day, bro, big sad. If this was my other Kyurem, I'd have so game. I would just Earth Power the heck out of that Koraidon, but this is fine. Here we go. Snowscape D's. Are you going into? Are you going after my Torn? That'd be really bad, actually. I think we would lose if you went after the Torn. Well, we'll see. We're Sash. You have to burn. Solid. You get the burn though? Please don't. Can you just not burn me? Like, I'm Sashed for a reason. I got a family. All right, and he's orbed. And no burn. Nice. Oh, yeah, and now we stagger that Tailwind. That's so fat, right? Isn't that, like, absolutely amazing? Yes, they got our Terra out of it, but, like, Fire Terra is really good into this team anyways. So that's absolutely amazing. He's like, who uses Sash Torn in this economy? And it's like, but if you look at my team, like, where else would the Sash be? Ninetales? Not with the new Hail changes, right? So that's going to be Scarf Chi-Yu. I don't really care. Like, Snarl's fine. I'm just going to Earth Power. So we could even protect here and like wait out the Tailwind even more. I don't hate that. I don't. No, I'll just Tailwind though. Oh yeah, sorry, I have to click Blizzard. I don't know why I said that I would click something else. We're definitely clicking out Blizzard again. Because you might have to pivot out for a Flutter or something. So Tailwind, Stagger. Both those mons outspeed our Koraidon, but like, sorry, I keep on calling Koraidon, it's Kyurem. DP, okay. We got Assault Vests. They show that they're... Oh, Breaking Swipe. They show that their Scarf Chi, by the way, being faster than a Koraidon. And let's see if I get flinched. No, please. Please, no. Not today. Take a little Life Orb, and let's go. Big damage. Great damage in that Chi-Yu. I was talking a little bit... We quit the Koraidon, we take those. That's probably enough damage for Mewtwo to come in and swing in that... that Earth Power and get the KO. I'm thinking this is a full special attack modest Mewtwo right here, right? So, and we outspeed Chi-Yu by 2 points. So even if you come in with Shadow Rider, I think we win. I think that that's gonna be game. Come on, Mewtwo. Country Mewtwo, take me home, Mewtwo. Is it right to pivot out my Koraidon here? I know it looks weird, but like I'm thinking about it like this. if you're gonna Astral, and I don't want to get crit, like I want to see how many turns you have on Tailwind, because I'm always gonna have 1 turn of Tailwind on you. I think you're gonna be able to kill my Mewtwo this turn, so then it doesn't really matter. Oh, but there's Chiyu on the board. No, but Chiyu's gonna be gone. Ooh, I could. This is such a dicey turn. I'm gonna have to Earth Power this Chiyu, and then it'll be gone for me to be able to rip the Fusion Flare into... You know what? The right play is Blizzard, because it can freeze. And they're Sashed anyways. Earth Power. Scarf Mewtwo! Let's go! Let's go Scarf Mewtwo good! Oh, dude, that's so good. And then, like, if you Astral me, I don't think you KO my Kyurem. I don't think that you do. You can KO the Mewtwo, that's fine. Oh, we're gaming 20 HP, baby! That's single target big Blizzard here, too. Let's go. Inity should be able to check this too with like just a Dazzle. Oh, maybe not. Oh no. Alright. Not like this, chat. We're trying. See, like, I don't... Like, they're obviously Sashed, right? But at the same time, like, if they have like any other coverage moves... If they're just rocking like the standard, like, Protect... Encore Encore Psychic, whatever thing, I'm fine. It's probably the correct play to Trick Room here. But I'm just gonna Dequeam. Because like I don't want to even give him a shot to do. No, it's always the better play to use Trick Room here. Always. In case they want to do something weird, it's always better to Trick Room here. And then we're gonna mix it up and use Fusion Core in case they have Disable for some reason. But they're just gonna Astral. Psychic, cool. That works. So they show Psychic. They get another +1. I could have followed me there, by the way. Just letting you know. I could have followed me that. I don't know why they clicked Psychic there instead of Astral. But Trick Room goes up. If you have Pollen Puff as this last move, I do lose. But, it's fine. This Entity still shouldn't outspeed a Shadow Rider, so it doesn't matter that we have a Tailwind up right now. There's a Protect, and then one of the reasons why it's really good to also see Protect here is because we're trying to actually wait out this side terrain, because like they are at +2. This Psychic will do a lot. Snow stopped. Tailwind petered out. We should be able to stick 2 Degleams here. Degleam, Protect, Degleam should be able to get the KO. I don't know if this Entity has enough points. There are no points in Special Attack in this Entity. Get it! 1. Alright, don't crit me. Don't crit me. Don't pop up. Terra Blast raw! Ooh. Oh, we got it. Alright, all you gotta do is, if you hit a double Protect, I lose. But if you don't hit a double Protect, I can win. I did the right play. I did the right play. This was correct. It just sucks that, like, I could have went Degleam into, like, soak that Terra Blast whenever and just Degleam. Not even had to go Protect into it. So if I get bodied here by double Protect, I lose. I'm feeling the double Protect. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the never lucky. I'm already feeling it. Oh, sometimes lucky. Can you guys believe it? Can you guys believe it? We actually, they didn't hit the double Protect. That's like the first time that's like ever happened. My opponents always get that. Like when you guys are playing your own games, that always happens to you too, right? That's not just me. Whenever like a double Protect would decide the game on like the last turn, it always never goes in my favor, but like, it's thanks to you guys watching that we got those, guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it. I know you guys were pulling for me there. I know you guys paused it. You probably said a prayer, and it worked. So we take those wins all the way to the bank, and we're going to play some more games with this Kyurem team. All right, super standard Miraidon, hands, like tail room, like extraordinaire type play. Let's see. I think Indity is a good lead here. Are we afraid of Incin? I'm afraid of Incin. I think Amon's like absolutely cracked into my team. How do we deal with Incin? I think we can get away with Ninetales and Kyurem, pivot Entity, close Mewtwo. I know that sounds really weird, but like I'm gonna go with these two. And then if you want to open up like big Tailwind, when I go into my Entity, maybe I try and outbout like Trick Room and then like pin from there. But like what I'm gonna think is you probably don't Tailwind if you see these guys. You might just like Moonblast or something. And so like I hope they don't. Really hope they don't Tailwind. But that being said, they have the speed tiers to like see that I can match their speed tiers. Like I think Whim's Miraidon is a good lead into this, but at the same time, I hope they don't. I hope that they do not. That Miraidon Whims is a lead that should just not happen to me right now because I have Kyurem, right? The Blizzard, like, I don't care if you go Fairy Tail, you're still taking like 60%. You don't do anything to me, right? So, yeah, let's see what happens here. I think we have good lines into this, but it could be dicey. Whimsicott Shadow Rider could be problematic. It's probably going to be Sash on that Shadow Rider too, which is going to be really obnoxious. We're just going to see what we can do here. I think Hands is another mon I don't really want to deal with. Especially, like, Kyurem just does not like dealing with that mon. Like, we don't do that much damage to it. Might have to freeze it, honestly, with, like, a Blizzard. Insyn Miraidon. That's absolutely fine. See, because the thing is, like, what do you pivot in if you Volt Switch? There's, like, no pivots here. So we're going to pivot in the Entity and just rip the Blizzard right off the rip. And, like, I don't care if you wanted to, like, Parting Shot and go into something. Like, you're going to take way too much damage doing this. I kind of want to. You know what? I'm going to make a read here and think that you're Fake Out in the Ninetales and then trap the Miraidon in and stick the Blizzard. This is a very deep read because you should just be Fake Out on the Kyurem. But at the same time, like, I have Entity back. Don't click Fake Out at all. Right? But I'm thinking if there was a mon that you would be Volt Switching in, it would be the Ninetales slot, because that would be the mon that would be pivoting it out for the Entity to set up the terrain to block the Fake Out on the Kyurem, right? So if I just protect that, and you can't Volt Switch me, and you have to just lose the Miraidon or most of its health to a Blizzard, because it looks like you didn't Tera, this could be a win for me. You could also just be like, I'm always going to Volt Switch into the slot that's the most threatening, which would be the Kyurem. If that's the case, I just lost my resist, and I'm really sad. Volt Switch, you took the bait into the Ninetales, and you didn't Fake Out with the Insyn. So my little bit of a gambit here worked. Great damage. Yeah, that's great damage from Miraidon. That's huge. Knock off into Kyurem. That's fine. Oof, that's so much damage, though. And now, what do I do to the Miraidon now? Because now he's going to get the Volt Switch out. At this point, it's too far behind to use. We're too far behind to use Aurora Veil. It's best, I think, here to probably just pivot out for Entity to make sure they don't just Oko me in the face and just. I'm trying to think, who do you go into? It's gonna be Iron Hands, right? I need to get a freeze. Yeah. Yep. That's just the line. I need to freeze the Iron Hands, or at least stick enough damage to where like it's dealt with. They wouldn't ever come with Shadow Rider here off the Volt Switch. It's always a Hands, right? Or Whims. That's fine. Does not KO. I can even pivot out my Ninetales and like reactivate Weather if I had to. Now let's see. They might just be Foil Blitz in that slot. Or I think Parting Shot into Kyurem is actually a really good play because you just get to rebring out your Miraidon with like new terrain back up. That'd be a really solid play. Well, let's see who wants to eat this Blizzard first, because like anything can swap in and take that freeze. Let's go. Hands, there it is. Yeah, we knew it. So you can. Are you Parting Shotting? Freeze, 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 freeze. Citrus Insyn? That's so weird. We're seeing so many Citrus Insyns, and like in this economy. There's a parting. All right, so you're gonna bring it back in the Miraidon, and you're gonna have a Fake Out pin. Honestly, the right play here is to pivot out the Entity for the Ninetales and then re-pin with my terrain and then try and do something with like Mewtwo. With like Earth Power, go Earth Power here, Earth Power here, Earth Power over there, right? That's the play, right? Actually, I have a better line. You can Fake Out. I'll just bother the Entity and repin with Mewtwo there. I like that a lot. That's a really cool line. I like that one a lot. And if you wanted to go like dazzlingly like Drain Punch or Low Kick or something, like I will eat this Fake Out easy peasy. Like I want the Entity to go down. I don't want you Electro Drifting my Kyurem. And you're probably targeting that Kyurem slot. You're doubling it because you know it's like vested since it's itemless, right? Volt Switch is fine. There's no reason for me to like do anything weird. You're gonna come in. Are you coming with Mewtwo here? Sorry, not Mewtwo. Insyn. If you come in with Insyn, I Encore your hands. Calyrex. Awesome. That actually, like, low-key is my only good option. That is the best option for me to see this Mon here. Because this Mon is something that can actually go down to Mewtwo. And I can freeze your Iron Hands. Here we go. If that's like a Life Orb Cali, I win. I might win. I should win this if that's a Life Orb Cali, but we'll see. Oh, I can double Blizzard too. Because that could be Sash ones and Life Orb on the Cali. There's no way I win if... There's not a single way to win if that Calyrex is sashed. So since that is the case, it's Blizzard time. I'm respectful. Put some they're respecting Scarf Mewtwo, by the way. What absolute Chadwicks. Give me that freeze, bros. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I got it too. Whoa, let's go. Oh, yes. Oh, we're cooking here. Look at this. Cooking. Absolute masterclass on cooking. Whew. How many thought in one turn? Dude, I did my best. I did my best. I have no regrets. I have some regrets. Bro, I got it though. I did the freeze. I did the thing. What do you want from me? Mewtwo got a freeze with a Blizzard. And then he immediately thawed after eating a second Blizzard. Why can't I freeze twice? Double freeze. Like, what is that? Freeze or burn. It's not like I clicked. Oh, that's so dumb. I got one more shot to get my freeze. This is the only damaging. If you want to pivot in Miraidon, no. This doesn't do any damage. And like this, they used low kick. I guess that, yeah, this is the right play. If I freeze the Cali, I got shots. Let's go. Freeze it. Let's go! Let's go, Mewtwo! Oh my gosh. Don't you dare thaw. Don't you dare close your eyes. Okay. You're wild charging the Mewtwo, right? I don't think Icy One would have KO'd that thing. Oh, ow. That's fine. I need my snow. I need my snow. Dude, I'm stuck using Blizzard, bro. I need the snow. I guess the last move that they used was Protect. Let's go. Hands down. Icy One doesn't KO that thing. Don't thaw. Oh no! Why you do this to me, game? No! Mewtwo, dude. Dude, come on, man. Really? That's my life, huh? That's my life? Can we put up a never lucky? Can I get a comment that says never lucky in chat for these moments? I just want to say, you may be saying, you can't say never lucky, THATSA. You got 2 freezes in a row with Mewtwo. Mewtwo actually has a 100% freeze rate. It also has like a 100% first turn thaw rate too. Never lucky. I think we had it. No, there's no way we had it. We would have had to thaw the Incineroar. They were sort of flare blitzed out. But like, I tried my best, man. And then in the encore gets ripped into like Astral. Oh my gosh, hey, you know what? You can't write a better love story than that. Mewtwo pulled out all the stops in that one, and oh man, two one-turn thaws are just too deep for me. That's like worse than, you should not be able to thaw the turn that you get frozen. Calyrex was like a second turn thaw, I think, but Iron's Hands got frozen and immediately thawed. I feel like it's like sleep. You shouldn't be able to do that. All right, Terapagos Shadow Rider, huh, with a little bit of Ogerpon. So we popped that Ogerpon with Kyurem. I really, really like that. Turboblaze just goes, Turboblaze goes right through that. Fake out cycling is obnoxious. I think we can actually get away with like Ninetales here though. I think Ninetales and Kyurem go very well together. We have a big pin into like a lot of Terapagos stuff. They have to go Shadow Rider. We can maybe even get in like some screens and stuff like that. I don't think we even need Tailwind here. I don't think Tailwind's gonna be required. We're gonna be able to outvalue a lot of these guys. And the Turboblaze on Kyurem, it goes through the Terra Shell on the Terapagos. It goes through the Sturdy on the Ogerpon. So like, if I just rip a Blizzard, your Ogerpon's more like Ogergon. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? And if you want to lead something passive like an Incineroar with the Ogerpon, I just pivot in the Entity, turn off your Fake Out, nuke the Ogerpon, like, easy. And if you want to lead, like, Shadow Rider, I think what I would just do is actually Icy Wind Blizzard, and I don't really see how it's an L for me, because like Icy Wind's gonna drop the Ninetales speed, so we're like Ninetales would outspeed it again the next turn. The way it would work is because Kyurem doesn't outspeed Ninetales if we get like a -1 on it, right? But Ninetales would then outspeed their Shadow Rider and be able to basically double dip the Icy Wind into it. So really, really cool stuff. Much better than Aurora Veiling, I think, on the first turn of the game. So that being said, I think we have tools, and the Mewtwo's a decent closer in a Terapagos, I think. We have a decent amount of bulk on this Mewtwo. We have Blizzard too. We have Expanding Force. Shadow Ball's great into their Shadow Rider. So I think we have lines here. That being said, Incin's probably going to be the hardest Pokemon to deal with. We have Earth Power and Kyurem. Actually, we don't have Earth Power and Kyurem, right? We have Dragon Pulse. That's like the only thing I knew it. So Incin's going to be dicey. And there's an Incin right there. But I think because we have Indity redirection tools, Encores from the Ninetales, I think we have good lines. So that being said, I'm just going to get the Ogerpon off the board as long as, well, crits don't even go through the defense boost that you get from the sun. Sorry, the snow, sorry. So, like, we're just going to pivot in Indity, block a Fake Out, and start chunking. Start clapping these cheeks. So I will say, crits still do double, but they don't go through, like, the defense boost that you get from the snow. So, like, if you Ivy Control crit, I'm still going to take, like, 80% of my health or more. But I won't take super mega omega damage. And I would just go for the Ninetales, honestly. I would Fake Out the Kyurem and Ivy Control the Ninetales, because Ogerpon outspeeds Ninetales by 1. And you can just stop it from Veiling, like, right there, potentially. Or force a Tera on it. There's the Fake Out. Who is it targeting? Indity was targeting Ninetales. Okay. So you're Ivy Cudgel and Kyurem? Yep. This is what I don't want to see the most, but it's fine. Yep. So that's about what I expected. And Blizzard's going to rip right through this. You're sturdy? Nah, bro. Sturdy D's. Sturdies. Get it? D's? Alright. Now let's think about what we want to do here. That's great. We take those. So Ogerpon, more like Ogergon. And we're getting ourselves in a situation where Mewtwo has Earth Power. That can take out Incin if we need to. There's the Pagos. I don't need to do anything with this Indity. Like, there's not a single thing this Indity needs to do. I'm just going to click Follow Me and just let it, like, die. Or I guess we could pivot it out for, like, and save it to bring back in to lock in Expanding. I don't need Ninetales here either. I guess I'll just pivot out Ninetales. Yeah, that's fine. Pivot out Indity for Ninetales. That's fine. And I think I'm actually going to Dragon Pulse this Incin. I need to do some damage on the Incin slot. It's not going to KO it, right? Unless I get a big crit or something. But, like, I don't really care about your Terapagos. And if you go for like a Calm Mind here, we just go for an Encore. Citrus. Wow. In this economy, man. Citrus Incin in this economy? Nuts. Where's my pressure? Where's my Unnerve Mewtwo, bro? We have Unnerve. It has Unnerve. Can't believe we got away with that. He's probably gonna be parting shotting here, and I can't stop that. Knockout, cool. That's great. I do not care about losing my item, and it is Encore time. Sucks I only have 5 of these, but it's okay. The correct play might even be here, protect Terapagos, but Tera to get rid of my weather so you can Oko me with a Flare Blitz if you live the Dragon Pulse. That would actually be so cool to see. I don't know why people don't do that as often with Terapagos. And we're going to see a lot more of it now that Reg Eye's out with like double restrict. It's like you basically just use Terapagos as like a delete button for all the terrains and all the anything weird. And then you just dump truck the one thing that threatened it. It's so cool. Like the power level creep is so good. This might KO. Nice. Love that for me. That Incin was huge. And now we have Indity and Shadow Rider. Sorry, Indity and Mewtwo in the back. We should be in a good spot. They're stuck Calm Minding for a little bit. It's not a great spot for me. But, like, it's a spot. I'm spotting out here. I'm trying to think of what we do here. There's Callie. There's no reason to Aurora Veil here, because they might Terrasilize the Terapagos here. I'm going to Icy Wind. Not that that really gets me anything, but it might let me punish with like an Encore or something if something weird were to happen. Yeah, Icy Wind's fine, and I'm just going to Dragon Pulse your Callie. I think there's sticking damage on Callie and breaking Callie Sash is the right play. They went for the Disable into my Encore, which is honestly super obnoxious, and how rude of you to do that. Terra Shell's gonna get broken by that. This Disable there is spooky. How do I win this if I can't Encore? That's actually like a really good question. Okay. We might need to like fodder something and then rebring back out, but I don't know if there's a way to do that. There is a way to do that. Hold on, let me think. I wish I could like KO my own partner. That's not my Ninetales. Because like, how many turns left in this? Last turn of Encore. Okay. I need a way to unlock myself from this hell. I almost want to like pivot in like my Entity and just like fusion bolt it, or like a fusion, like super mega fusion flare it. I guess you could just fodder Mewtwo to the Astral. That's our only option to win, is that, honestly. And I think they're going to be protecting their Calyrex. That's what I really do think. The right play is protect Calyrex here. If you know what's good for you, it's the right play. But if you're Astraling, I win. I probably win. Nice. Well, we'll see if Kyurem dies. Yeah, Kyurem lives. Awesome, that's game. Whew! That was really close. That was really close at the end. I think that they could have just protected there. Because now I can bring back out the Ninetales. It's Encore. It's not affected by the Encore, right? And the only reason why we might still lose here, which is highly possible, is we don't have PP max on our Encore, which it's not my fault, bro. It's a rental. I always got to PP max those Encores. But I think that that's game. I even think I can probably time this guy. And it's Encore. Re-Encore. You only have 4. And he doesn't know that. What he doesn't know can and will hurt him. I'm going to try and fish for freezes too. Like, I'm gaming out here. And one good thing about also being locked into Calm Mind too is there are a lot more Calm Minds than there are Protect. So it's not like you can un-PP out. So yeah, we're just gonna Encore. Blizzard. I wish I had PP max. Again, it's not my fault. I played this game correctly. I did it. At least that breaks the Terra Shell, right? Is there anything I can do to do more damage here? I guess like 1 crit wins me the game. So just gotta chill. I think I would have locked in Protect there and just waited out all my Encores. I think you could have probably got away with that. Maybe they're trying that in the very end or something. Yeah, because as it stands now, we just get multiple Blizzards now. And we're going to use Blizzard while we can. It's the most damage that we have. Nothing. No damage whatsoever. Big Blizzard, though. That's not that much damage. I don't know if we have enough tools to do this if they ever want to go into like locking in Protect. I have to freeze, I think, or crit. 1 crit guts it at any point in the game. Okay. Last turn of this Encore. No reason to ever pop an Aurora Veil. He's going to tear this turn to hope I miss my Blizzard. Cool. We're waiting for it. We'll just switch over to Freeze Dry. Yep. And if they swap over into locking into Protect here, we actually probably just lose because we don't have 8 Encores. Yep. Miss Blizzard. Hit Blizzard. Come on. Let me hit this blind Blizzard. Let's go. Let's go. So important. Yeah, and then also like a Protect here would waste an Encore PP. That's another reason why it's like so important, but I did my best. I did my best. Cool, at least they're still letting us hit this, so I have multiple turns to fish for my crits because they're just locking in Calm Mind here. Or freeze, you know. don't do any damage. Alright, we might have to try and really start timing them here. I don't think there's a problem with trying to time here. Yeah, I'm going to try and time him here. I think that's our win con. With where we are right now, only having 2 Encores left, we need to try to time them. I have 4 minutes and 30 seconds on my moves. We haven't even used our Tera animation yet. So yeah, we'll try and time them. I'm trying to think if Protects of higher turn animation, like timer animation, than anything else. Freeze Dry, Fusion Force probably more, but like I need to try and get the freeze. And the fact that we have 3 Pokemon is still really nice. Yeah, the speed drops are really important for like the timer. There it is. Let's go. Okay. This still is kind of bad, because like if they ever thaw, we just lose. But now, remember, we're trying to time them, right? So now we're not reliant on just Encore, I think. Like we can do a couple other little things. I'm actually just really hoping that they run. If I'm being completely honest, I'm just hoping that they're like, I don't want to deal with this. I'll take my win. Like, it's a dicey turn. I'll make you wait for a long time. I'm trying to think, it might be a better idea to like pivot out the Kyurem here. Because like, I don't need to play the long game anymore. And that would give me at least one more chance to freeze if I let you get a double KO on this 2 other rounds. But no, actually, if you ever got the double KO, I would probably just lose. It's probably the right play. I'm going to Icy Wind here. It's fine. Icy Wind plus Dragon Pulse. Yeah. I hope it doesn't lock in the freaking Fusion Flare. Should just be Dragon Pulse here. That's why I have it on the top instead of Fusion Flare. For this, like, exact situation. No thaw. Yep. Just chilling. Ended its Encore. Do I reapply said Encore even though they're frozen? I do. We're chilling. Literally, like, I ain't gonna rush this. I'm sorry this is so boring. I'm sorry. But like, this is the tools that we've been dealt, you know? We're playing on rank. This is the official. Like, this was a regional tournament, bro. You just gotta sweat it out a little bit. I'm gonna reapply that Encore. I only get 1 more of these. And then I also have to not lose on time as well. Watch, this is the turn he thaws, right? This is the right play. I'm surprised I haven't got a crit yet. That's what I'm really surprised at. I'm going to terrestrialize my Ninetales next turn because it's going to take more of the timer. Ninetales would be KO'd in every single situation anyways, but this is a guaranteed turn where I can do it and not get punished for it. Once we see the 3-minute timer thing actually pop up, I do think that we win. But, whew, it ain't easy out here. Games like this are always the most stressful to play because, like, one slight misplay and you lose, like, everything, you know? This is the last Encore. It's the final Encore. Okay. Just to waste timers. 1, 2, 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 6, 1,000. 7, 1,000. 8, 1,000. 9, like you see all the time? That's the timer. We miss an Icy Wind? You're never lucky, bro. Sheesh. I'm so unlucky. He thawed! He thawed! No! All right. Good thing all right, we got to go back to the freeze play. This is the last encore. It's dicey. Where's my Gen 1 freeze? Last turn of its encore. Where's that 3-minute timer when you need it, bro? As long as we always have 2 Pokemon, we'll be able to win 2. We have 3 right now. Trying to think, this game's been going on for... I don't even know how close we are to the 3-minute timer, honestly. That being said, you still just Icy Wind here. And you go back to the freeze dry. And I don't want... I'm going to freeze me and watch this. Did I double miss Icy Wind? Yo, actually unlucky. I gotta keep applying those Icy Winds if I don't want to keep him frozen. I missed my Icy Wind and he thawed. Alright, this is the last encore. This is the last, like, 3 turns I get. Unless I freeze. And honestly, if he just protects here, he wins. If he just protects here, I have 1 more shot to freeze. Because the encores aren't max. Remember, I just want to say it. It wasn't me that made this rental, so, like, I would never not PP max my encores. I PP max encore over Astral Barrage, honestly. I only got 56 seconds on my timer. I just gotta start going. That's the right play. I get 1 more shot to freeze and then I lose. Oh my gosh, all that work. If I had encores here, I still win by time, but I don't. Oh my gosh, I hate that. I hate that, man. We never even saw the 3-minute timer thing pop up. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm out. This is my last shot to freeze. No PP max. SMH. He goes for a double. He's trying to waste more Encore PP. I guess I got time, right? We never even saw the 3-minute timer, bro. I get the double protect. We take those. I need 1 more freeze. Save me, RNG. Free, save me. That's game we lost. This is where I would use Encore if I had one. There's the 3-minute timer. I'm so sad. And then I get crit. Of course, his first attack crit me, and I threw 3 blizzards, like 7 or 8 icy winds, 5 or 6 freeze dries, and like 6 dragon pulses. And his first move crits. God, that's so frustrating, man. But the thing is, like, this is why I don't like using like rentals. You know, this is why. You know, because I feel like I played everything perfectly, and then like we just literally lost because no PP max. There's like no way to win. If anything, the only way to win would be something like really stupid, like they protect here for some reason, or they don't. Did I get a crit? Never lucky. There's my crit. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, finally, the game gives me a crit. Finally, wait my whole freaking life for this. That he didn't die. They're at +6. And they crit me again! They crit me 2 turns in a row! Dude, can you not, though? I'm like, it would have killed anyways, but like, what? What is that? What? Why? Why is that my life? Huh? Why? Why is that my life? Never, ever, ever lucky, bro. Never lucky. Alright, I gotta shake that game out of my face. That was just the worst. That was the worst loss. If I could not play Pokemon for the rest of the week, I would after that. That's so frustrating. What do we want to do here? Ninetales is not too great here. We got to be respectful of Trick Room. So I'm actually going to lead Indeedee. I think Indeedee Mewtwo is better here than it looks, than it might look on paper. How do we beat Roaring Moon, though, if I lead like that? These two. We're not going to let them get... we're going to use Ninetales as speed control. We're going to use Ninetales as weather control. We're going to pivot into Ninetales, and we're going to Blizzard things with Mewtwo. Kyurem is weak. Mewtwo is strong. Mewtwo is the reason why we were even able to play that last game. It KO'd the Chi-Yu. So let's see what this guy has. This guy's ranked like, I think like 150. So very, very high ranked player using a cool team. Cool to see Roaring Moon back in the meta. Cool. Lunala and Indeedee, that's exactly what I thought we were going to see. So I'm trying to think of what is actually happening here. Would you follow me? Would you wide guard? I'm shadow balling the crap out of that Lunala. I am. No, am I? I am. Yeah, because I'm going to imprison here to stop your follow me. And I'm going to shadow ball the Lunala. Doesn't KO. Just does good damage. Helping Hand. Cool. You can Moongeist Beam this Mewtwo after you eat this shadow ball, homie. You definitely can. And you can still Helping Hand. What if you want Helping Hand Trick Room? That'd be hilarious, right? What if I follow me? That thing is always the funniest thing about this. Like, what if I clicked follow me when you Moongeist Beam here? Meteor Beam's a good play. I like that. So they show their item there. That move can miss. I also could have followed me that. You know what I mean? So it's just so funny. They might just be targeting Indeedee. We don't know who they're targeting. That move can miss, so it sucks. Honestly, it does. Yep. They targeted Indeedee. I think it's fine targeting. Imprison's up. You cannot follow me anymore. You can Terastalize. But, do I care? Definitely follow me here. Yeah, that's a 2-shot. I don't die to Expanding Force. Cool. Yeah. He's going to go Helping Hand Expanding, but Mewtwo shouldn't get tapped by it. Very cool. If they go D-Gleam, that's more of a problem. You can go Moonblast. I think Moonblast is okay. Moonblast Meteor Beam is weird. Sorry, Moonblast Dazzling Gleam would be weird. Sorry. Like having both those, but Moonblast Meteor Beam, it's weird. There's something on this Lunala that is missing. It's either Expanding Force or Wide Guard or Trick Room. Like it's missing a key part of the moveset here. Moongeist, yeah. So you have Moongeist. I'm assuming Moonblast, Meteor Beam, and then I'm gonna say it's Wide Guard. That's my guess here. We don't need to follow me here. We can actually just click Dazzle. Shadow these. It's probably game. Yeah, you can't pivot in on this. I mean, you can pivot on whatever you want, but like you're weak now. Ogre Pawn. Okay. Damn, we're just gonna run this guy's whole board over with like just Shadow Ball Mewtwo. He can Psychic. Oh, the double pivot, bro. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna pivot out for Ninetales probably. And we're gonna see how I want to do this. That's great damage. Yeah, I love that. Sped up drop. Nice! And then it makes so the Dazzle does more. Not really, but like we take those. Alright, Mewtwo's gonna pivot out for Ninetales. And Indeedee doesn't need to do anything else. Like, I'll go follow me. But if you double into that, I get to then bring back out the Mewtwo and just Blizzard. You're done. Like, GG, shake my hand. It's Blizzard time, boys. I'm gonna click that. Ice Tera, twice as nice Tera, and just, That's right. You can go P-Blades. P-Blades, like Horn Leech or something. Horn Leech is worse for me than, like, Ivy Cudgel, but, like, it's fine. That's why we're clicking follow me. Yep. Horn Leech, good play. Get that heal back. Okay. P-Blades. Awesome. Indeedee to go down? Perfect. Wanted Indeedee to go down there. Alright, so let me think about how I want to do this. It's big Mewtwo. It's time for the Mewtwo. This is right. Kyurem is right. Mewtwo is what feels right in my jimmies. See, Expanding Force claps here. It does. It really, honestly, truly does. I'm built different. I don't know if we outspeed that Ogre Pawn with our Ninetales. There's no way unless our full speed. This move needs to be PP max. I just feel so afraid to use it. It's fine. I'm just gonna ice you in. Here's my Tera. Ice Tera, twice as nice Tera. That Ogerpon has a -1 Spadef. So it should go down to the Blizzard unless it tears. Like, I think Expanding Force would just win us the game straight up. But we're gaming. we're having a grand old time here. Yep, there it is. He didn't fire it. He couldn't tear the Groudon. Sorry, I don't know why I keep on talking about the Tera. They tear the Lunala. Absolutely dump trucked into a million pieces, bro. Mewtwo busted. Icy one. Hit, 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 hit. Let's go. Let's go. Mewtwo forever. And you're gonna wide guard, and what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go Blizzard again, and just encore the Lunala, and then even if you go like wide guard Trick Room, you've then encored into wide guard, which means I can't hit you with these two, but I just gotta pivot, and then I win. Cool. We did it. Clapped back. He's like, I have wide guard. Blizzard D's. Yep, battle's canceled. Yes! Mewtwo wins up! That's right. I don't want to even go into those late game encore plays anymore. I just wanted my Mewtwo to start styling on people, guys. If you guys like this sort of team, let me know. I think this is pretty fun. I actually built this team before building the other Kyurem-White team that I was featuring with like Dozo. So this is actually kind of like the precursor to that one because, you know, it still features the AV Kyurem-White, but with a much different set. It features Mewtwo instead of Shadow Rider. It features Torn. I think it has a lot of the same aspects, but like it features more of a manual setter. So if you're a fan of Ninetales, if you're a fan of Mewtwo, this might be like the best Mewtwo team that there is for Reg I. That's definitely possible. Like the Blizzard Mewtwo, like this thing has the skills to pay the bills. It's a really cool set. So I would, you know, encourage you guys to check out this rental code. And when you guys are checking out the team's PokePace, it's going to be linked in the description as well. Think about dropping a sub on the channel. We're still trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. I'm not going to stop asking until we get there. We're actually making really, really good progress thanks to the support from viewers like you, right? Thank you. Holy moly. We're doing our absolute best to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. If you guys can be my +1 sub for the day, I would really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And other than that, peace out. I'll see you guys next time.